Should Eddie Howe have dropped Martin DUBRAVKA?
Hi, it's Cammy. Charlie talks football.
Okay guys, so welcome back to Charlie Talks Football. Like we said, this is a topic that a lot of Newcastle fans have been talking about over the past few weeks, about the fact that Eddie Howe has actually dropped Martin DUBRAVKA and kept Nick Pope in the team. So what are your guys' thoughts on this? But I want to ask you, because what are your thoughts on this situation?
I was really surprised when DUBRAVKA was dropped. He was doing really well. He was playing really well. His distribution is far better than Pope's. I mean, Pope's kicking in the last two games. He's given the ball away a couple of times. He looks nervous when he gets the ball at his feet. He seems to have a problem with him moving his feet with his agility, and it takes him a while to swing his foot to kick the ball. So for me, I can't believe DUBRAVKA has been dropped, Charlie.
Yeah, I think it's if I was Martin DUBRAVKA, I'd be really frustrated, because as we know, Saudi Arabian side came in for him and it didn't happen in the end. But he'll be frustrated because he'll have probably been guaranteed by Eddie Howe that he would have started regularly even when Pope comes back. And Pope's came back into the team and he's been making quite a few mistakes, passing the ball to players. We saw in the Liverpool game at times he was making mistakes. So it's a topic that it'll baffle a lot of Newcastle fans.
It's a hot topic at the minute. Everyone's talking about it when you talk to Newcastle fans, and we want to hear your opinions. Do you think Eddie Howe was right to drop Martin DUBRAVKA? Because personally, I don't.
Yeah.
I think Pope is a good keeper. I think he's a good shot stopper. I don't think he's been the same since he's come back from his shoulder injury. And every time he gets the ball at his feet, I'm panicking. And I don't mean to be disrespectful to him here, because he has a lot of positives. But DUBRAVKA was doing really well. And I think as well, what was really interesting, DUBRAVKA's partner put a post on, was it Instagram?
Yes, saying nothing in life is fair, which is an interesting comment. Clearly she thinks that DUBRAVKA's being treated unfairly, and I think a lot of Newcastle fans probably have the same opinion as her.
Exactly.
And of course, there could be a bit of bias there, because of course she'll want DUBRAVKA to be playing. But
if I was DUBRAVKA sat on the bench last night at Liverpool, I'd be thinking, what on earth do I need to do to stay in this team? Because to me, he's not made any mistakes. His distribution's really, really good. And for him to be dropped, I just don't understand why it isn't. You could argue last night, I know Pope, for the Sabaloz goal, that he saw it late and came through the I think it was Burns' legs, wasn't it? He got down, and it wasn't even in the middle of the goal. Now, could he have stopped that? Possibly. Would DUBRAVKA have stopped it? Possibly. But for me, I would keep Pope on the bench for now, and I think DUBRAVKA must be gutted.
He must be so frustrated, because he's been on fantastic form. And one thing I wanted to mention to you is the fact that whenever DUBRAVKA plays, I think the whole team's calm, the defence is calm, and I think maybe we're being a bit too harsh on Pope. Let us know in the comments what your thoughts are. But I think whenever Pope plays, the defence is a bit nervous. I think when he's on the ball, you don't know whether he's going to make a mistake. You don't know whether he's going to mess up. And like you said, I think he hasn't been the same since that injury. Of course, that must have affected him a lot. But surely Eddie Howe's got to be thinking, like, am I going to continue playing Pope? But one of the things I wanted to say was that Eddie Howe did actually, he was bigging up Pope. He was saying Pope is a fantastic player. So to me, it's clear that Eddie Howe is probably going to keep on starting Pope.
I mean, when Pope was out and DUBRAVKA came in, he had such affection shown by the fans, saying we were saying we want you to stay. He's going to go to Saudi, and then he's decided to stay at Newcastle. He's got his new contract, and then I think he might have played one game after his new contract, and then he's been dropped. And I think it was after the Man City game that he's been dropped. So did Howe think that he could have done better from some of the goals at the Man City game? Pope's always been Howe's number one when he's been in Newcastle, but DUBRAVKA, no reason to drop him. I don't understand it, and it's just it seems like I feel really sorry for Dubravka, and I just hope he gets back in the team. And obviously we wish Pope as well. We want him to do well.
Of course.
You want a player to improve. You want to improve his footwork, and they should be working that on the training ground, but it doesn't appear to be improving. And that's the question for me. Like, you know, if it's not improving, then you need to play Dubravka. And we've been linked with Trafford, Charlie.
We have.
Apparently some are saying it's a done deal for the summer. So will Pope go in the summer, or will Dubravka go in the summer? I don't know.
Well, one thing I wanted to mention is, does Eddie Howe think that Nick Pope is a better shot stopper than Dubravka?
Yeah.
Yes, his kicking may not be as good, but would you agree on that assessment?
Yeah, he's probably a little bit of a better shot stopper than Dubravka.
Yeah.
But I think, like I say, since he's had the injury to the shoulder, he doesn't seem to be diving this as well on his left side. And I don't know if that's like a psychological thing because of the injury, but, you know, for me, when the ball's coming back to Pope, you see him panicking a little bit, and you think, oh, you know, he's going to give it away, or it gets kicked out, and it just Dubravka helps with build up our play.
He does.
Charlie, if I'm a player and I'm passing it back to the goalkeeper, I want the confidence that they're going to take it and take responsibility and give it back to me. And that's not happening. So, you know, we wanted to prove. But let's look at some of the stats, Charlie, that both Pope and Dubravka have this season.
Now, one of the things to mention is that actually Dubravka has actually played less games than Pope, but he has actually got more clean sheets, which is interesting. Now, one thing we've got to say about Pope is that Pope has, of course, played a lot more games than Dubravka, but he's got less clean sheets.
Yeah, so here's the stats now. We've got Dubravka, who has 10 matches and 5 clean sheets this season in the Premier League. That's 50% clean sheets. That's an amazing stat. Nick Pope, 17 games so far this season, and he has 3 clean sheets. So he's played more games than Dubravka, but he doesn't have as many clean sheets.
Yeah.
You know, you can look at save percentages and all that, and I think Pope has a slightly higher save percentage, but overall the clean sheets 50%. It's a massive increase compared to 3 clean sheets out of 17 games. So the stats would probably show that Dubravka's had a better season for Newcastle. The defence have conceded less goals, and Dubravka has. But, you know, it's all about opinions, football, isn't it? And you know, the goalkeeper coaches, I think they'll probably be having a word with Howe. And has it been that, Charlie, that Pope has been injured and they've waited him to get back to full fitness before they put him in ahead of Dubravka? That might be the case, but yeah.
But what are Newcastle fans' thoughts on this? Because this is something that's been dividing the fan base, hasn't it? It's been causing a lot of conversation. It's been causing a lot of people to post stuff. And I think the majority of the Newcastle United fan base will be thinking like that Dubravka should be playing because he's been playing well and Pope's came back into the team and things have started to look a bit shaky as well. And the Liverpool game, that was a little bit of a disappointing result, wasn't it?
It was a disappointing result. And like I say, it could have Pope saved the Szoboszlai goal. Possibly he saw it late, went through the player's legs. But, you know, for me, I would like to see Dubravka back in this team. And, you know, let us know in the comments, do you think that Dubravka should have been dropped?
Yeah.
Let us know where you think Pope's a better keeper or Dubravka. It's sort of dividing opinions at the minute, I think. But a lot of people I've spoken have said, you know, they can't understand why Dubravka is not in the team. That they don't understand why he's been dropped. So it's a really hot topic at the minute, and we're really interested to hear your opinions.
Yeah, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe. I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, we're going to be doing a lot of these videos where we're going to be asking you Newcastle fans about different topics regarding the club, so make sure to stay tuned for them videos as well. We've of course got the Carabao Cup final where we'll actually be going down to Wembley and filming all the stuff that goes on regarding that. So anyway guys, thank you for watching as well, and just make sure to subscribe because it helps us make more videos like these.
Yep.
Thanks for watching. Bye.